Hi there, YouTube. I'm gonna modify my Fender Telecaster. I'm going to put a humbucker here instead of the single coil at the neck pickup. Gonna keep my original single coil down here so I can get a lot of sounds. I'm gonna buy a 4-way switch instead of a 3-way switch. I'm gonna buy a new pickguard. So the 4-way switch is gonna have 4 settings then, of course. So just single coil, humbucker in series, in parallel, and then just a humbucker. So the first thing you want to do is to check the cavity where the neck pickup is. In some guitars it's pre-routed for a humbucker, like in my case. Some Telecasters don't have a big enough cavity, so if you still want to do it, you will have to route a bigger hole, and that can be some work with that, so if you're up for it. So I've never actually done anything like this, but how hard can it be? It wasn't very hard, actually. I'm really satisfied how it turned out. I think pretty much anyone can do it. Now I'm going to order some stuff. So today I got my stuff that I ordered, the pickguard and the pickup and the pick switch. So first thing I'm going to do is remove the strings. So now the strings are removed, and I'm going to remove the pickguard. Like that, and then gently remove it. And as you can see, on this Telecaster there is a cavity for a humbucker pickup, and not all Telecasters are. So if you want to do this project, make sure the cavity is big enough first, and if not, you can always route. It's a bit extra work, but that's up to you. So what we're going to do now is mark out where we're going to cut at the pickguard to make room for the humbucker. So now I'll make a template, and we're going to transfer the template to the pickguard so we know where we're going to cut it. Just using a piece of cardboard, make sure it's aligned properly, and then I'm just tracing it. Making sure it's right size. So now I'll transfer the template to the pickguard. So the humbucker is just a tiny bit wider than the single coil. So I just want it to be in the center still. Just using this to see if it's square. And it is, so I can trace it. So, and now I'm going to find the correct drill bit to make the round corner. I think this will be good. This is a 5mm drill bit. I'm not sure what that is in inch. So I'm going to use that to drill the corners. So be sure to measure. This is 5mm drill bit. So I'm going to measure 2.5mm from the edge to point out the center hole where I'm going to put the center of the drill, so it won't go too far. This is very important. Rather go a few millimeters inside than out, and then you can always file it to make it snug later. So once I marked out where I'm going to drill my holes in the corners, I'm using a sill to make a deeper mark so the drill bit don't wander around and destroying the pretty pickguard. So now I'm finished cutting the hole for the humbucker. So what we'll do now is it's snug. Well, that's good. So what we'll do now is cut holes like this for the screws to well, the screws which you adjust the height of the pickup and you and keeps it in place really. So let's do that. Now you can go ahead and take this, unscrew these two screws, which I already did. I'm removing the pick switch, and now I'm just gonna cut off all the wires that goes into different components, which will go to the new pick switch. So now I'm going to put in the new pick switch. And you want the metal thing upwards so you get the settings right. Time to solder. So if you never soldered before, well, what I usually do is I heat the tip of the wire up, and I'm just gonna add some lead to it, like this, if the iron is hot. Like that. So this is the positive on the bridge pickup. So this is going here, and by the way, you don't have to do anything with the ground, because it's going to be, it's here, and that's where it's supposed to be. So this one goes here, and when it's like that, and then you apply a bit more solder. Oh, and if you've never soldered before, I suggest you try on something else first. I'm not going to show you when I solder every wire, but I'm going to show you afterwards which wire goes where. The humbucker wire is, there's a shield, which is the ground, and then there's a inner wire, which is the positive. So they're a bit tricky, but so what I did was to kind of like skinning back the shield, trying to peel back the shield and try to pull out the wire like this. And now when it's pulled out, and it's very important you leave all the strands intact, because yeah, so they get really good connection. And then you just pull the wire out, and then you twist the shield like that. Done. Now I'm going to electrical tape the shield to the burstbucker, because these will go as so far down, so if I don't, it might get shorted out, so I don't want that. So electrical tape all the way up. Like that. it wasn't very hard actually. I'm really satisfied how it turned out. I think pretty much anyone can do it, and I really like the sound of it, especially the humbucker. So I can make it sound like almost like a Gibson, not really, and still get the twangy Fender sound here. Humbucker and single coil parallel. This is in series. Really like the